I can't believe I used to be scared to talk about money, and now I talk about it all the time and I love it. Not only it's my favorite topic to talk about publicly, but also privately at home with my partners, with my friends, with my clients, everywhere, all the time. And actually, it was so freeing and so inspiring for me and also for others around me that I wish I had done it before. So today, I'm happy to welcome you for a Q&A about money. Thank you everyone who've sent me questions, and I'm happy to respond to everything that you ask yourself about money with my point of view, obviously. What's important for me is to help you think differently and open your perspective about money and to realize that anything is really possible in your life. I'm Anne-Claire Meret. I am a millionaire. I've created that in this lifetime. I can't believe it took only a few years. I became an entrepreneur after I've been fired at the end of my 20s, and I decided to go down another path. At that time, I needed to make some space to heal, and I became a naturopath. And then I just decided to have a practice just because I wanted to practice. And then suddenly a whole world opened up. I realized that I was living upside down because I thought that the way I've lived so far was the only way to live. But from the moment I learned how to take better care of myself, I understood that the system was broken, and not only the healthcare system, but also different areas of the system. And then I realized that, I can actually be a creator and not only respond by being reactive, but actually I can create from another place, from a place of what do I really want to be? Who do I really want to be in this world? And what do I really want to create? And how can I contribute with everything that I am? And then everything shifted. So I wrote many books and I created online programs. And now I live this beautiful life in Bali, and I get to speak about money with you today and do what I really love. So let me get your questions. First one, do you believe making money and being spiritual / altruistic can coexist? Why or why not? Actually, I believe that making money is spiritual. I believe that we are channels for all type of energy, and that we can choose to open up the channel to money and to be a channel for the great things that we can achieve when we have resources. And I would recommend a beautiful book. It's called It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silva, and she explains it beautifully. I love this book. And I think this is also what happened to me. For many years, I was asking myself, how can I serve? How can I best serve with everything that I am in this lifetime? And then bit by bit, I started to get answers. It's not like God spoke to me like conversations with God, Neil Donald Walsh. No, it's nothing like that. It's more little clues here and there, and also impulse from my own being, from the heart. That's why everything is from the heart in my work and in my life. So I started to understand that there was a way for me to actually occupy fully my rightful place, and that when I do, my great work is being rewarded. And as it is being rewarded, I have more resources to put out there. And it's just such a beautiful virtuous cycle, and I'm loving it. So yes, to answer, in a short answer, I believe that everything is connected and that it's deeply spiritual. Next question. What limiting beliefs do you still have about money? Oh my God. I still have plenty. It's a journey, and there is only one thing that I can be sure of, is that I will never stop working on myself and on my beliefs and the stories I tell myself about what's possible in this life. And I will always spend time and energy. Actually, I think this might be my biggest job that I have to do right now. It's just taking some time to reflect, meditative time, journaling time, coaching programs, coaching mentors, and just one-on-one work with people, and just figure out how can I just remove my blockages by changing my beliefs about who I am and what I think I'm capable of. And I still have limiting beliefs around money. For example, I've built my wealth with working in French. And I have currently a belief that for me it's going to be more difficult to make money in English because it's not my native language. and because there are so many more offers in English than there are in French. So here is one. Also, I believe that I'm very good at making money with my skills, and that I'm in the process of becoming good at making money with money. And actually, it is kind of closed because limiting, I would say limiting, because anything can happen in an instant, you know. One of my investments, because I've diversified my investments quite a lot the past few years, one of them can totally take off, you know. One of them can make me multimillionaire tomorrow, like this. Anything can happen. So, yeah, let's rewire that right now. I choose to believe that I'm actually a great investor and that I'm totally capable of making a lot of money with my money because I make smart decisions and life is supporting me and my great work. Done. Next question. What's the biggest financial lesson you've learned so far? Oh my God, one? Maybe one around the mindset. One around the mindset is, I'm going to share two. I would say the first one around the mindset is that money is like air. It's always available. It's always all around us. It's a little bit like love, you know, and this is the poet Rumi that says, don't look for love. Look for the blockages that you have put, the barriers that you've put between you and love. Same thing with money. Don't look for money. Look for the barriers that you've put between you and abundance. Limiting beliefs and stories and past experiences that you thought it was the ultimate truth, you know, things like that. And then you will realize that there are always a lot of opportunities around you and that this is your job to seize them. And then maybe another financial lesson, which has been also very valuable, is that you shouldn't put all your eggs in the same basket. Obviously, if you don't have a lot of money to invest or a lot of time to dedicate to grow skills and to make money, obviously at the beginning you have to choose one thing. But then along the years, you have to choose different places where to be. Like for example, with my business, I have books, I have online programs, I teach online, I have one-on-one coaching, I have retreats, I have so many different things. And this diversification is actually very helpful for my business to continue growing. And this is beautiful. And I do believe in the power of investing time and energy in one main project, but I also think that everything is nourishing what's supposed to grow. You know, it's like a garden. You know, you can have a beautiful tree in the middle, but then you can have little trees here, fruit trees and flowers, and it brings butterflies, and it's super nourishing, personally and professionally. And then in terms of investment, I also believe in diversification. And I think it started with crypto. A good friend of mine introduced me to crypto years ago, and he said, one big advice too from him, he said, don't invest what you cannot afford to lose. So I followed this advice because I won, and then I lost. I won, I lost, but I never cried over it because I didn't invest what I couldn't lose. And then diversify. Then, you know, I got into precious metals and crypto, and I invested in different companies and different things. So diversify. Next question. How do you define financial abundance beyond just numbers? For me, it has to do with freedom, ultimately. Freedom of choice. Freedom of getting up in the morning without an alarm clock. Freedom of choosing how I serve with my talents and who I serve and with whom I work and how I do what I do, you know, all the details, and I'm loving it. For me, financial abundance beyond number is choices. It's choices, it's freedom. Yeah. And yeah, the ability to give back too. I would say that financial freedom beyond just numbers is time. Yeah, of course. So many things. The next question, how do you feel about charging for your gifts and services from a person afraid to sell? Thank you for this question. I used to be frightened about speaking about my prices and selling and putting myself out there and, you know, creating offerings and then talking about it and then talking about it again so that enough people see it to be able to buy it. And something helped me. Someone helped me. I was at a training. It was at least 10 or 12 years ago. It was in London. And I was with this amazing Indian teacher, Rangana. And she asked us a question. She said, who is the most paid in this world? So we took a moment to reflect with the group and we said, well, it's usually the artists, you know, the singers who make amazing concerts and sell a lot of CDs, music. It is also the actors and it's also the athletes and all these people. They make a lot of money because they show us what's possible, you know, they express something, they reveal potentials, they make us feel the magic of possibilities in our lives. And so we share all of that with her, with the teacher. And then she responded and she said, oh, so they feel emotions and they tap into infinite possibilities for the time of a song, for the duration of a movie, for the duration of a match, a soccer match or whatever they're watching. And we said, yes, exactly. And then she said, do you realize that with your sessions, you help people transform and you help them tap into this energy and this field of possibility within themselves without external stimulation, but just because you offer the space, the quality of presence and the right questions and the exercises so that they can actually dive into who they are deeply and meet their resources. And for me, it was mind-blowing. I realized that what I was doing was invaluable and that actually I was giving such a service to the world that it was amazing. So my invitation for the person who asked me this question is to ask yourself, why do you do what you do? And why do you think that it has so much value? And once you tap into that, ask yourself, who are the people who have benefited from my services? And what has changed in their lives? And can you get their testimonials? And can you acknowledge that this has a lot of values and that you shouldn't be shying away from that? And then ask yourself if you have the right prices, if you need to review your prices, and then act accordingly. And this is amazing work. It took me a while to dare to raise my prices. You know, I went incrementally. But quite often I asked myself, am I at peace with my prices and with how I sell it? And I don't even consider it selling. I consider it, you know, being, there is something about being passionate about something that you want to offer the world, and your passion then magnetizes the people who need what you have. You are the medicine. So just acknowledge that some people are looking for what you have to offer, and they would gladly be happy to pay you for what you have to offer. So this is a mindset, and I tell myself often, people are lucky to find me, and they're lucky to find what I have to offer, and that they are grateful to pay me because I actually spend time to develop the qualities of coaching and the unique set of experiences that I have that make them save time and energy so that they can change, they can transform, they can heal, they can grow, and they can create their best lives. So ask yourself about the transformation that you're offering and where are you eventually not sharing all your passion about it, and how can you be just more generous about your passion and magnetize them? Oh my God, I love this question. Okay, one more question. Have you ever felt guilt or shame around money, and how did you handle it? I have experienced some levels of limitation, and I would say maybe connected to guilt and shame. Regarding where I come from. So I come from a family where my parents were civil servants, And something happened at some point. I remember I had a conversation with my dad long time ago. And I told him that there was an opportunity because people in the world were going through major crisis. And I said something like, I'm going to never be unemployed because people will always need the skills that I'm currently growing. And I feel so blessed that I can help and make money with that. And then he said something like, oh, so you actually enjoy and happy that there is suffering out there so that you can make money. And I said, yeah. And for him, it was difficult to grasp. But for me, it was just the acknowledgement that, oh, I made a smart choice. I saw that there was something that the world was needed and that actually I put effort in it. I spent time, I invested money to change myself and to help people change. And yes, I wish for the world to evolve, and I hope that someday nobody will ever need holistic entrepreneurs and coaches and therapists and all this field that have been growing in the past, in the past 10 to 12 years. But I'm not sure I'm going to see that in my lifetime. And actually, I'm grateful and I'm happy that this is going to make me feel very fulfilled in many, many areas of my life, personally, professionally, financially. And to take a step and to not feel what he was trying to put on me, this shame and this guilt, I had to realize that his mindset is not my mindset. And maybe it used to be my mindset when I was living with them and when I was more attached to what they think of me. But then when I think by myself and when I see the world as I want to picture it and as I want to participate in it as a proactive actor of this world, then there is absolutely no guilt or shame. There is just pride and actually happiness and gratitude for being part of it. And I believe this is something that is very important because the more we will feel empowered of really owning our skills and using our skills and experience and everything we've learned to help others, the more we will actually spread this word that it's okay to be rewarded for what we do. And I'm actually happy today to be a millionaire and to be able to have the time to make these videos for free and write books and have my work available for more and more people, because I know how helpful and how valuable it is to actually level up as a humanity and to do better. This is how I feel now about it. Okay, thank you for those questions, and I would love to do more Q&As. And as a generator, it's actually really great for me to just, press play and record my answers to your questions. If you enjoyed this video, please put a thumbs up and share it. Share it to your friends and family, and just realize that you have immense potential to create infinite abundance in your life in many areas, and I wish that for you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.